Dak is back, and so is football. I'm so happy to see you all here because that means it is now football season. So, this is the Thursday night preview brought to you by Footballguys.com. Save time, worry less, win more. Let's get into talking some football. So, tonight we have a 53-point over under, potential for that barn burner. And the Bucs are favored at home by about 8.5 points. Now, we saw a lot of that line movement when Zach Martin isn't necessarily declared out, but what's being talked about as the best player on the Cowboys at the guard position, he's pretty much declared out. He would have to have two positives today. So essentially, it's not happening. With Zach Martin out, does that mean that we get a little bit less from Zeke? I don't necessarily believe so. So let's get into looking at some of the Football Guys projections and break down the relevant fantasy players from each side of the ball. So the first thing we want to look at, quarterback. We've got two fully locked and loaded offenses here today. So that means that Tom Brady over here ranked at 6, Dak Prescott over here ranked at 7. It's pretty much a toss-up from which one of those that you're going to get that monster game out of, and it really depends how you believe the game's going to go. Bottom line is, you're going to play both of them. So we don't really need to worry about the quarterback position too terribly much. If you have a quarterback in this game, good for you. So the next thing we're going to look at is the running back position. This is the one I wanted to look at the most because people are fading Zeke already. Some people that drafted Zeke 4th overall are ready to just put him on the bench in favor of, some guys like maybe James Robinson you got late, Darrell Henderson you got late. We still have him projected as the 6th overall running back here at footballguys.com. And the reason being is that so much of his value can come in the passing game. So he's really not game script dependent. I mean, you've heard all off season about the best shape of his life, whatever. But then you have the other side where people are saying, really, Tony Pollard's better than Ezekiel Elliott. And maybe he is. I don't believe so. And I don't think the Cowboys believe so. So in negative game script, we should still see Ezekiel Elliott involved in the passing game. And this is an offense that last year was 11th, 12th, I think 11th in neutral passing rate with Andy Dalton, Ben DiNucci. So if Dak Prescott had played the whole season, you're probably looking at top 10 neutral passing rate offense in the Dallas Cowboys. So Ezekiel Elliott should get plenty of run. Now you have to scroll down quite a bit if you want to find Ronald Jones or Leonard Fournette. So they're both ranked 35 and 36 respectively. That's about what you're going to have to do. We're not going to know what they're both, as Sigmund likes to say, what the heck flex is. I mean, until we get a few weeks under our belt, and even then it might not even matter. It's just going to be that old adage, the hot hand approach, right? So it's hard to advise you to, if you ran a 0 RB build, they're both fine options. And then Giovanni Bernard is way down the list as somebody who, in desperation, maybe you put Giovanni Bernard in your lineup. Looking over here at the wide receiver position, the best position in this game, they're 3 deep on both sides of the ball. You're looking at CeeDee Lamb here at 11, Amari Cooper here at 15, kind of a toss-up there. Mike Evans here at 16. Chris Godwin was questionable for about 20 minutes before he was declared to be eligible for this game, fully healthy. Antonio Brown's questionable as well, but he's more of had a maintenance practice, so that's not quite that big of a deal. If you have a wide receiver in this game, even down to Antonio Brown, even down to Michael Gallup, they're all viable options. I think that Michael Gallup and Antonio Brown are both fully viable flex plays in this game, regardless of game script, right? Because the Cowboys could be down by 1 trillion, as the spread indicates, and you're going to get plenty of run for Michael Gallup, especially since he's just 1 deep wall away. So we'll look at tight end, but you really don't want to look at options in this game unless, I mean, if you went 3 tight ends or 2 tight ends at the end of your draft, then maybe Gronkowski is, an option that you want to put in your lineup. But Rob Gronkowski's down here at tight end 15. I'd like to think that you have a better option. And then on the other side of the ball, you've got Dalton Shultz and Blake Jarwin switching. I do think later in the season, you're going to get more Blake Jarwin, he is the better athlete of the two players, but right now it's just kind of a toss up between the two. So I'm not really liking the Titans too much in this game. So that's the Thursday night preview brought to you by footballguys.com. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great Thursday night experience.